Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at StepPolyArp Unit. So it used to be StepPolyArp, but this is a completely different app, okay? Although it looks the same, this is an audio unit, the other one is not an audio unit, and this is a completely separate purchase, okay? So you need to know that. But I'll put links in the description if you want to check out StepPolyArp Unit, which is it's an AUV3 arpeggiator. But it's a MIDI. It's like a MIDI effect. Okay, so it's like the Rosetas they work, and this is the first one other than Rozeta. It's the same kind of thing. So it works in Cubases as well. But AUM and Cubases are the only apps that support the AUV MIDI thing at the moment. I think I'm not sure, but BM3 I'm not sure. But as according to the documentation that comes with it, it's Cubases or this. But I'm sure that everything else is coming into line. Anyway, it's extremely cool and extremely clever. And the brilliant thing is about StepPolyArp Unit is the fact that it's an AUV3 now, so you can have multiple instances. So what I've done here is I'll show you how this is routed, and then we'll go through the bits and pieces. So I've got a Kronecker here, and then a StepPolyArp, and then a Kauldron and a StepPolyArp. And then I've got a Ruismaker drum machine and a Rozeta XOX MIDI sequencer playing Ruismaker. And then I've got a KQ Dixie FM Synth being played by StepPolyArp. Now, the thing is here with the routing, okay, so you set up the synth you want StepPolyArp to play, and in the routing system here, you just route the synth to like channel 2, which is StepPolyArp Unit, and that they're connected then. Okay, so for what I'm doing is I have got all these StepPolyArps routed to my Oxygen 61 MIDI keyboard, which is plugged in. Okay, so all of them are routed to the Oxygen. So every time I change a key, it will change the key or the note on StepPolyArp. So whatever StepPolyArp is playing, that will be in the key, because how this works is you see all these notes and things in the grid as it sequences along. They're not linked to a specific, although it says scaled C major down here. Don't worry about that. This is more down to do with what I press on the keyboard now. Okay, so that's the sequence. What I press on the keyboard determines the key. Okay, so, just so you know. So I'm going to give you an idea of how cool it can sound. So I've got, 3 of them running here? Okay, so, and then just this Ruismaker playing a kick drum. So we'll just start that off, and then I'll fade in, because what I've done also, I better tell you as well, what I've got is it's on sequence. Okay, that's important, not ARP. What I'm doing, I'm having this on sequence. Okay, so that it's latched into link. Okay, so it's latched into the transport. So all these are playing now. You just can't hear them because I haven't faded them up. So I'm going to change key on the MIDI keyboard. How cool is that? So that's just with 3 of those and the little kick drum playing. I don't know if you noticed, but I had 3 patterns programmed on the XOX as well, so I've got one with some hats. Now, the great thing now is that I can now start to manipulate or change the sequences. So if we just take, for instance, I'll show you a couple of cool things you can do with StepPolyArp. So if we turn Kronecker down and Kronecker, and also, actually, we can leave the rhythm in. We'll just turn it down a little bit in the mix. Okay, so if we go to StepPolyArp now, the one that's for Kauldron, so I'll play it. You'll notice that little ratchety thing there. So if I say, for instance, if I just tap on that, you see where it says steps divided by? Well, that's my ratchet count. This will be very fast. And I can choose to have this accelerate or decelerate. So it'll get louder and louder. You might hear it better with 2. It's very difficult to hear, actually. Over a longer, so we could have it none. We can shorten that down. But let's delete these steps here. Delete that one as well. And then what I'll do is I'll turn a bit of the delay down on Kauldron. Go back to StepPolyArp, and what I'll do with this note here, okay, I'll increase the length of that note. And because on Kauldron it's a short release, okay, so what we can do now is we can subdivide that into 4 or 2. And what I'll do is I'll accelerate it. Or we can decelerate it. And also we can add a velocity curve, either up or down. And like I said, if I change key now on the keyboard, it doesn't actually change the way the sequence is, so it's all controlled by what I'm doing on the keyboard. Now these are the different orders that these will work in, so it's too much to go into in one kind of. Let me just close this down. It's too difficult. There's too much going on to do in one video. Excuse me. You have to kind of dig in. But you can see that for each of these channels as well, I could choose one particular line of notes and send that off to a different MIDI channel. So in effect, I could have just this one sequence playing, well, as many different synths up to whatever you want, sent into different MIDI channels. Okay, and this gives you control over the step sort of thing. You know, you could like have it, if you press them like every 4 steps, like that. Okay, so you could then choose like to go, okay, well, let's go every 2. Or we could then leave it blank and then we could just put some more notes in, and we could then add our sort of. So you can get an idea of how some of the very, very, very clever and cool stuff you could do. Now, that's not all, because of course you can save your own sequences and stuff. Okay, but you can also choose from any of the actual presets that are already in here already as a starting point, and they're very, very cool. Listen to this. And I don't have to stop anything to change a preset. And of course, it's all going to be in key because it's all been controlled by my MIDI keyboard. So guys, there you go. I'll put links in the description. Hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys later. My camera battery is about to run out. I'll see you later.